My wedding photographer showed up drunk to my ceremony, so I fired her on the spot and found out she'd been self-medicating because her own husband had filed for divorce that morning. The morning of my wedding, everything was falling into place perfectly. My dress was gorgeous, the flowers looked amazing, and even the weather was cooperating. I kept checking my phone for updates from vendors, and everything was running on schedule. Then I got a call from my maid of honor, Katie, around 10 a.m. "Hey, your photographer just showed up, but something's really off about her." I could hear concern in her voice. "She can barely walk straight, and she reeks like a distillery." My heart dropped. Rebecca had been our photographer for months. We'd done engagement photos with her, planning sessions, everything. She was supposed to be capturing the most important day of my life. I rushed over to where she was setting up her equipment in the bridal suite. The second I saw her, I knew Katie was right. Rebecca's eyes were bloodshot, her hands were shaking as she fumbled with her camera lens, and the smell of alcohol was overwhelming. "Rebecca, are you okay?" I asked, trying to stay calm. She looked up at me with this glazed expression and slurred, "I'm fine, just had a rough morning. Don't worry, I've shot weddings hungover before. That's when I lost it." "You're drunk at my wedding," I said, probably louder than I should have. "This is supposed to be the most important day of my life, and you show up like this?" She started fumbling around, trying to pack up her camera equipment, dropping a lens cap on the floor. "Look, I can still do the job," she mumbled. "Nobody will even notice." "Are you kidding me right now?" I was trying not to completely freak out, but we were 2 hours from the ceremony. "You're fired. Get out." Rebecca just stood there for a moment, swaying slightly. Then she broke down crying. Not just regular crying, but this deep, gut-wrenching sobbing that made everyone in the room stop what they were doing. "I'm sorry," she kept repeating through her tears. "I'm so sorry. It's just, Brad filed for divorce this morning. He served me papers at 6 a.m. while I was getting ready to come here." My anger immediately turned to shock. Rebecca had talked about her husband Brad during our meetings. They'd seemed happy, at least from what she shared. She'd even mentioned how he supported her photography business. "He said he's been seeing someone else for 8 months, she continued, wiping her nose with her sleeve. 8 months. While I was working weekends and evenings to build our future, he was planning his exit strategy." Katie handed her some tissues, and Rebecca tried to pull herself together. "I know this doesn't excuse showing up drunk to your wedding. I just couldn't handle being alone with those papers, so I started drinking at 7 a.m. I thought maybe if I focused on work, I could get through the day." I felt terrible for her, but I was also panicking. My wedding was in 2 hours, and I had no photographer. "Rebecca, I'm really sorry about your husband, but I can't have you shooting my wedding like this." She nodded, understanding. "I know. I'll refund your money immediately." She pulled out her phone with shaky hands. "Actually, let me call my assistant Josh. He's been working with me for 2 years, and he's completely sober. He knows your shot list, and he's honestly better with the technical stuff than I am." 20 minutes later, Josh showed up with his own equipment. He was this quiet guy in his mid-20s who'd been Rebecca's second shooter on other weddings. While Rebecca went home to deal with her divorce papers, Josh stepped in seamlessly. The wedding photos turned out incredible. Josh had this natural eye for candid moments that Rebecca sometimes missed because she was too focused on posed shots. He captured my dad tearing up during the father-daughter dance, my flower girl picking her nose during the ceremony, and this perfect shot of my husband and me laughing during our vows when the wind blew my veil into his face. 3 months later, Rebecca called me. She'd gotten sober, was going through therapy, and had started a new photography business specializing in divorce recovery sessions for women. She thanked me for firing her because it forced her to confront her drinking problem. Josh ended up becoming one of the most sought-after wedding photographers in our city.